guys, and welcome back to my channel. And like you can tell from my face and from the title of this video, I am very excited to be filming today's video, because like you can obviously tell from the title, today I'm going to talk to you about my perfumes that, like, these have been my most used perfumes this year. In fact, all the perfumes I'm going to specifically talk about today are like perfumes I've actually used up in 2021. And a little bit of a backstory before I actually jump into this video. You guys know, we all know, the pandemic has been very harsh on us, in the sense that we've all been at home. We haven't used up a lot of like our makeup, our perfumes, skincare. We still continued using, but like I did not really wear perfume pretty much throughout the pandemic. The whole like 1.5 years almost that we were at home, I was not wearing any perfumes, and I already had like a pretty good sizable collection when it came to perfumes, and it was all sitting just lying around, not being used very much. And when I have spoken about some of the perfumes in my previous videos, I also did mention that they were like getting older, and some of them had kind of like turned, they had started to go bad and stuff. So I'm really happy that some of these, like, I've been working on them for a long time, and I've finally been able to use it all up and get my money's worth out of them. Like, of course, I do love some of these, and I would have preferred to like have them forever, but that's not how it works. Perfume does not last forever. So I'm really happy that I got my money's worth and I was able to use up, I would say, again, this is not a very huge number per se. And when I actually tell you like how I use some of these perfumes, there were a few which were slightly easier to use up, and then there were others that I basically like kind of struggled, but I was like, no, I'm not gonna give up, I have to use them up, and I did. So I'm very happy about that. Also, some of these will be surprises to you, because I haven't mentioned them in like past like perfumes I've used up. Like, I've been doing the project pan for my perfumes, and some of these I did mention that yes, I have used up, so you guys know that I've used it up. But then a few are like more recent, these are finished up kind of things. So yeah, anyways, now I feel like the intro has been a good sizable amount, and I shared all of my feelings with you. So now let's dive right into it, and let me actually show you the perfumes. I'll start with the ones that you already know about, so that we can save the best for the last. But yeah, starting with the first perfume that I used up this year, and this one I've been working on. Actually, when I said earlier that I did not wear any perfume throughout like the main lockdown period, I was kind of lying just a little bit, because if there was one perfume that I was using a little bit like throughout the pandemic as well, because this was kind of like my workout fragrance. So whenever I went in the evening for like a walk or stuff like that, this was the one that I used. So this was probably the only perfume that I used in the pandemic as my workout fragrance, and this is the Body Shop White Mask Low. Like you can see, I've completely used it up, and I've showed you this in the past as well. I did use this up earlier this year, but yeah, I saved the bottle for the sake of this video, because I did want to show you that I finally, after like working on this for almost 2 years, I want to say, have finally been able to like use it up completely. So very happy about that. Would I, like I give you my empties review, I'm going to also mention each of these as to if I'm going to repurchase them. Do I recommend them? I personally will not be repurchasing this, because A, I'm not very happy with the longevity, and B, for what this perfume costs, like even though I bought it on discount, I still feel like for the longevity and for like the scent, fragrance and stuff like that, it was definitely not my absolute favorite. I used it and it like served a great purpose for me, but the scent is not my absolute favorite. It's a fresh, but it's got like a little bit of a rose tinge to it, and if you guys know, I don't like rose. So yeah, for that reason, I'm not the biggest fan of the scent. Like, I don't love the scent enough to repurchase it, and then also the longevity I'm not very happy with. So automatically I'm like, it's a no for me. Also, do keep in mind, I have discovered that low basically means that this is like a more milder version. So this is not supposed to be long lasting. So if you go for the regular white mask from the Body Shop, it's probably going to be more long lasting than this. So if you like the scent, you can check it out. But personally for me, it's a no, so would not be repurchasing this, but this bottle is definitely going to get recycled. Moving on, next, another fragrance did you guys know I have used up is YSL Black Opium. This is the beautiful bottle that is completely empty, like you can see, and I have changed my thoughts on repurchasing this, and I'll tell you why. So this is a very beautiful popular fragrance that I feel like I don't need to describe. So I'm going to describe my personal how this worked for me, and how it worked on my skin. So basically, this on my skin doesn't really smell the best, but it smells beautiful on my clothes. So I used this as a perfume that I would spray on all of my clothes. All the clothes in my wardrobe that I wear on a regular basis was sprayed with this, and then once I would wear them, and once the laundry is done and I get my fresh clothes back in, before I put them back into my wardrobe, I do spray this on with it. And what I like about this is that this perfume will basically stay on my clothes for a long time. Like till the next time I wear it, this perfume is going to stay on my clothes. So that is another thing that I really love about it. And I know some people might feel like, okay, why do I need to buy a perfume just to spray on my clothes? I get that, but sometimes you just don't want like a perfume on you, but you'd want like that scent bubble around you. Or sometimes I just forget to spray perfume. I know it doesn't happen very often, but like if I have not slept very much the previous night and I'm like really tired, I'm just quickly doing my morning routine and I'm gonna leave the house, sometimes I might just forget to spray perfume on me. Or if I'm just running errands, I don't want to have like a perfume on me for a very long time, but I just want to smell good. So those are specific situations, and again, this is totally personal preference. You don't need to have a perfume just for your clothes. I like to have a perfume just for my clothes. So keeping that in mind, I have tried to find other perfumes that are more affordable, that can serve a similar purpose for me. But I just don't find that perfumes like those last very long on my clothes. Like I mentioned, this, if I've got my clothes out of the laundry and I need to put them back in my wardrobe, I will spray this on. And from the time when I do that, like actually spray this on my fresh clothes, to actually wearing it, it's like a good week, 2 weeks, sometimes even 3-4 weeks, honestly. Like some of my favorite pairs of clothing I wear a little bit more often, but other pairs I might wear like anywhere from like 2 to 4 weeks ka interval. So this actually lasts for a very, very, very long time on all of my clothes, no matter what. And that is important to me. It might not matter as much to you, but it really matters to me. So this is one of the perfumes that I really, really, really love to have just as a perfume to spray on my clothes. When I discovered that this doesn't work on my skin, I thought that I'll make it work. I will use the whole thing up, get my money's worth out of it, and then it'll be out of my collection. I think the last time when I spoke about this also, I mentioned kind of similar like that, because I did have one more perfume that I'm also going to like quickly talk about. I think I should talk about both of them together, because I have emptied both of them up, and again, they solve similar purposes. So the other one that also solves the exact same purpose basically is a Dolce & Gabbana, the only one. Now the juice of this is like this amber orange, slightly peachish pinkish color, but obviously it's completely gone, so now all you can see is the empty bottle. But yeah, both of these perfumes basically serve that similar purpose. This has been described by some people as like distant cousins, which I do agree. In terms of scent, they are distant cousins. This one I feel like smells sweet initially, like on my skin I'm talking about, but then dries down to be a little bit more of like a, not musky, but like slightly spicy, smoky kind of scent. Whereas this one on the other hand, I feel like is the exact opposite. The opening and like beginning of this is a little bit more spicy, smoky, and then it dries down to be more sweet. So on clothes, I love both of them. They're different, but then they're like in the same family. They're like second cousins, third cousins wala feeling I get out of these two. So yeah, basically love both of them. I've used up both of them the exact same way, and after I used this one up, I try to use other perfumes that I already have in my collection to kind of solve the same purpose. But I feel like those don't last on my clothes for, you know, a same amount of like, the duration is much shorter, maybe like a day or two, maybe a week, but that's about it. Beyond that, perfumes don't last on clothes for that long. At least the ones that I've been using for a similar purpose haven't lasted as long as these two have. So eventually, long story short, I have decided that I do want to repurchase at least one of these, if not both of them, to just continue to stay in my collection and become a strictly clothing related like perfume. Like, I'll buy these only to like spray on my clothes, not on my actual skin, because again, like I said, they don't smell that great on my skin, but they smell absolutely amazing on my clothes. So even though that might be like, oh my god, this is so extra, this is so like, you know, totally not necessary, I know, I get it, I know, but I really love what I really love that I've fallen in love with them the way I have, and I do miss having them, if I'm being completely honest, which tells you a lot. So yeah, it is what it is. I've used it up, but eventually they will be repurchased. So yeah, that was that. Very long story, very unnecessary, but I did want to mention that because at some point I will be bringing them back, and when I do, a lot of you might be like, what? So yeah, I wanted to tell you that you don't need to be surprised when I do, because now I told you why I want to bring them back. So yeah, that was that. Moving on next to the last two perfumes that I very recently used up. Like, I feel like I used them up in like a span of like the day when I used up the first one and then the day I used up the second one. It was hardly like not even 1 week ka difference. So yeah, I literally used these up like just last week, I want to say, both of them. So yeah, let's talk about them. The first one, I'm very happy yet sad to say this, but I have completely used up my bottle of Bombay Paisley. This is the bottle right here. It looks very different now that it doesn't have the juice at all. But yeah, this is my empty bottle of Bombay Paisley. Like you can see, is completely empty. Like sometimes it's even hard to get like every last drop, but this one I've literally got every last drop out of this, and it's completely empty. I have loved this perfume, and I'm not gonna actually give up the bottle. I'm gonna still keep the bottle in my collection. This one is gonna be one of the perfumes that I don't end up recycling, because the bottle means so much to me, and like I have so many memories associated to it. So I'm not gonna give up on the bottle, but the perfume inside is completely over. If you don't know this, this was my signature scent at my previous job, and that is why, because it was my first like actual job, like not an internship or anything, it was special, and I have a lot of memories because, like I said, this was my signature scent at that workplace. So I have a ton of memories associated with it, compliments I've received, wearing it to work, like traveling back from work to home at like midnight and still having this on me and stuff like that. Like so many memories. So I have to have this, like I have to have the bottle, but the perfume is completely done. I used it up a couple of days ago, so I'm very happy that I used it up, but I'm also sad that I used it up and I don't have it anymore. But yeah, I have created like a perfume from OOAK, which I also named Bombay Paisley behind this. That doesn't smell identical, but it's got a similar DNA to it. It smells like, again, a distant cousin of this one, which I think was as close as I could get to this. So that way I will hopefully always have like Bombay Paisley in my life in some way, shape or form, you know what I mean. So yeah, that was my love affair with Bombay Paisley. Moving on next to the other perfume, that this one I am just really happy I used it up, because I really wanted to use it up and get it out of my collection, because I have liked it and I've mentioned it in a couple of videos that I think this can be a great perfume for a lot of people. It's just not something that I want to have in my collection, so that's why I wanted to use it up. So this one is Adidas Pure Lightness EDT, and again, like you can see, now this one had like a clear fluid, so yeah, you can see the bottle is completely empty. And again, similar to Bombay Paisley, I got like every last drop out of this. There's literally not a single drop left inside this bottle. And this one I've mentioned is a great scent for anyone who likes to smell good but doesn't want to necessarily smell like a certain kind of fragrance, like not sweet, not powdery, not citrusy, not smoky, like nothing, just wants to smell good. That's what this is for, like that's who this is for. I am not personally that person. I either like to smell sweet or powdery or like citrusy or fresh, like some sort of way. So this is not typically the kind of scent I would like to wear. This can be a great scent for someone who goes to college, if your college is reopened. But yeah, this is that kind of a scent basically. And I say that this is an ideal scent for someone who goes to college, because I think when I was in 11th and 12th standard, I wore scents like this, like not this one, but I wore scents that smell similar to this. So yeah, that was me back in the day. I'm not that person anymore now. I have a specific scent types and family, and this is not for me. So I was very happy to use this up and get it out of my collection. But it is a good perfume. I don't want to say that it's not. It's also similar to White Mask Low. Not a very long lasting scent. It will last you a few hours, but then after that it completely fades away. And even like when you first spray it on, you can smell that you have something on, like you smell good, but you don't specifically smell like something also. So I feel like it's easier for this to just, you know, disappear and dissipate in the air, and then you have like nothing left basically. So yeah, any which ways, happy to get this out of my collection. Will not be repurchasing it for obvious reasons, like I already mentioned. So yeah, that was that. Also, I feel like I didn't mention about Bombay Paisley because I have mentioned a lot of times in the past already. Of course I would repurchase this if I could, but this is a perfume that Westside sold like 2 years ago. Like when I was trying to like use every last drop of it, I actually was wearing it a lot, and that's why a lot of people even noticed. And like one of my colleagues asked me that where did you get this from and can I get it, and I'm like, I'm so sorry that you can't get it. I wish I could still get it, but this got discontinued like 2 years ago. Like when I bought this was being clearanced out. So yeah, unfortunately there is no way for me to repurchase this, which is why I created the inspired version of this perfume with OOAK, or rather I should just say one of a kind. But yeah, that was that. Obviously can't repurchase this, so I just forgot to even mention that. But yeah, this one I can't repurchase. These two I will not be repurchasing. And then these two, again, like I mentioned earlier, I will at least repurchase one of these, if not both. Again, these are more expensive, like obviously designer perfumes, and it's going to be hard for me to like repurchase both. And also this is like a 30 ml, which is also very expensive, so it's much like if I had to repurchase it, I would definitely go for the 100 ml size, just like directly. And same for this one as well. This is the 50 ml size, and if I got the 90 ml or like the 100 ml, that's hardly like $1,000 more than this is. So I'm like, I might as well just get the 100 ml, but then I also don't need 200 ml bottles. So I'll probably get one, and then eventually at some point maybe get the other also. We'll do something like that, but these will be repurchased. So yeah, that was it for the video. I was hoping for it to be shorter, but when I started talking about YSL Black Opium and the only one, sorry, by Dolce & Gabbana, I just could not stop. So yeah, anyways, that was it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm just so happy to like be like just having all these bottles of perfume in front of me, and like me seeing them empty, and like I've used them up this year makes me so happy and proud. And I really hope to do this kind of video like every year, the end of the year, where I can show you that wow, I've used up all of these perfume bottles. That would just really make me so happy. So yeah, please show this video a love, so that way I can start collecting empty perfume bottles again, and do another video like this a year from now. So yeah, Please show the video love, leave your feedback down below, comments, and just tell me that you want to keep seeing these videos every year. So yeah, please do that. But I'm gonna end this video right here. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Until next time, bye bye.